Hello everybody, it is October 3rd, 2020. I think we're out of the full moon energy now. And it is Saturday, and I am Elemental Hilary from hilaryselementsofhealth.com. And I will do all sorts of readings and energy work for you over the phone anytime. But I am going to the beach this week, so I'll probably not be doing daily readings. I might do one tomorrow and then not do one again until Friday or Saturday. So, have an awesome week. Happy fall, happy October, and let's pull some cards here. Let's see. Let's do the Tree Angel Oracle deck today. Let's do the Telos book series card deck. Let's do art through the Starstream Oracle. It's for the star seeds. And let's do the Faeries Oracle. Sorry guys, I was going to try to branch out there, but sometimes you're just meant to do whatever you're supposed to do here. Okay, let's move these around and shuffle them around and give you some ideas. If anybody's happening across this video, go ahead and check out my website, leave a comment, subscribe, like, all that stuff. I guess we're doing these for daily guidance. Didn't even think about it. I just went for it. So, daily guidance for today. It is already halfway into the day, so the Glackener. Try not to be lustful today. I don't know about you guys, but I've got a little bit of menstrual PMS type energy, and that can make you lustful for foods and drinks and that kind of thing. Also, make sure you're watching what you're doing with your sexual energy. It's about illusion, delusion, lust, projection, clear sight. Be careful what you're buying today if you're making purchases online. If you're on lockdown like me, I know it's tempting. It's not good to make decisions when blinded by lust. Whether it is lust for a person, a thing, or an idea, we need to pause and take our time before making actual commitments. We need to read the fine print, check out the foundations, get a mechanic who tests the so beautiful second-hand card. If somebody comes to you today and they're like, you're the love of my life, maybe let that one, go slow. Go slow with that one. Check out the integrity before, because guys, it's a crazy mental health situation out there right now. People are a little imbalanced. It's a good thing for transformation, but they are imbalanced, and when they want to start something new when they're in that energy, just go slow, be careful. Okay, Libras. Ecstasis, Libras. This is about bliss. That is a cool card. I don't know why I would even look it up. It's basically ecstasy, joy, rapture, motivation. Ecstasy is something people seek. It feels better than good. It feels, ecstatic. We experience it in tiny bursts or in bigger surges that enables us to recognize the second nature of our own being as an experienced fact. Not merely a theory or article of faith, ecstasy is not something we can make within ourselves, but something that flows through us when we open ourselves to it. It fills us with power and with motivation to grow, to become what we have the positive potential of being, and to fulfill our purpose in being here and now on this planet. Go for it, Libras. It confirms that you are on course, moving in a good direction, and that we are in harmony with a great song. About to do a dance there. Good job, Libras. Whatever it is you're doing. Let's do some Lemurian wisdom for the light seekers and the spiritual seekers. Sorry, the light workers and spiritual seekers. Light workers and spiritual seekers. Light workers, the time is soon coming when everyone must become the manifestation of their own lighthouse and open to the skills and gifts that already reside within their hearts. So be your own lighthouse, light workers. It's just really funny that one was chosen for light workers, right? Make sure that you're doing light work. You're doing your light work on yourself, and that you're feeling the light yourself. Seek the question, spiritual seekers, that springs from the deepest... This is so funny. The light workers have the lighthouse, and the spiritual seekers have to seek the question. From the deepest pools of your heart, and then ask it from the entirety of your real self, your God self. You must be willing to listen with the part of you that is awake enough now to hear the answer. So stop seeking and know that part of you is already awake and knows the answer, and talk to that part of yourself. Seek the question from your heart, and then ask it in the entirety of your God self. Listen. That was super simple and awesome. I hope you guys are feeling the bliss that's coming through today. I mean, yeah, there's all sorts of weird, funny, interesting things happening, right, in the world, but in this energy today with this reading, I'm getting a lot of bliss, and that is really cool, right? We need that. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's because we need it that we're getting that. And alrighty, for romance or for health, which one? Romance. Star Seeds, Starstream Oracle, from this beautiful artist lady, psychic artist, known Shasta. Here we go. Daily romance advice and twin flames. Okay. Daily romance is choose a natural solution when possible. Yeah, I've been feeling this too, guys. It's like, try to go with the, try to go with the answer that your guides are trying to bring you today. Try to go with the natural solution. Don't make things complicated. Don't dredge up a bunch of dramatic energy when you don't need to, because there's already enough of that out there. And, I will look it up too, but it's 21, which is reception and action. Receive first, guys. In the abundance of nature can be found plants with healing qualities for almost all ailments. Tune into Ayurveda and do your homework before deciding which is the best decision for your health. This is interesting because this is in the romance, not the health part of our reading. But the Tuatha De Danann, which are the Fae in Ireland, are said to have arrived on ships inside clouds landing on the mountaintops of Ireland. The painting is in response to the onslaught of GMOs and the EU's Codex Alimentarius. Ayurveda, the goddess of medicinal plants, was the daughter of Dianect, the physician of Tuatha De Danann. She and her brother Miak had healing skills and plant knowledge that eclipsed their father. Ooh, I know this story. Causing him to murder her in a jealous rage. This is a good story to check out, you guys. It's about plants and plant medicine. So it's very interesting that we're getting that in romance. But being in touch with the nature of plants today is going to help your romance. And who knows, it might be transcending the romantic category, going into health. I mean, you've got to have good health to have good romance, really, guys. You have to be taking care of yourself. Let's check out Arthur under the Tor. Deep memories are stirring for twin flames. That is just, we almost don't need to look that up. We know that there are past life informations for twin flame, right? For twin flames. And deep memories stirring up is probably a good thing, because we gotta heal, we gotta clear, and we gotta, if we're gonna have divine union, I don't usually talk about this because I feel that many paths are available. my guides seem to think that I'm supposed to be somebody else, at least temporarily. But, which makes sense if you see the difference between me and my twin flame. But the deep memories are stirring in your twin flame connection. So that can be a really good thing, kind of waking up to the truth of who you really are. It is 38. It's a definitely traditional type twin flame card. Let's see. Arthur speaks from his subterranean kingdom under Glastonbury Tor. What do his eyes convey to you about your question? Is it a past life issue? And you guys, if you're not twin flames, but you're watching this reading, you have a soulmate, or you could be watching this and you're already married. You can take this reading as being a what you should do. You know, it might be slightly different, but it's okay. There's a general theme usually that's still true for everybody, especially if you have a soulmate that you want to be with. So, Anwen is a place of everlasting life and abundance. In a sense, it is a paradise located deep within the earth. In medieval times, Middle Welsh sources suggest that the term meant very deep and was ruled by Gwyn ap Nudd. Arthur traversed this landscape in many tales where he was able to enter and return. It is said that there is an entrance near Glastonbury Tor. I went to Glastonbury Tor and it was super fun. This land is also referred to as the Celtic Otherworld. Well, I think it was super fun because I'm a Celtic dork, but the stories bring to mind the accounts of Agartha, Telos, and other regions of the inner earth. Ooh, connections, guys. Connections. So those of you who may be starseeds that have had lifetimes in Lemuria or in the Shambhala inner earth kingdom, I was really feeling a connection to that today. I've been feeling, I do like Lemurian meditations like every night, I'm going to admit. I'm super connected to that, and I definitely am healing things from those lifetimes. So there's some connection between twin flames now and those inner earth places. Agartha, Telos, and other regions of the inner earth. It is said that many different types of beings dwell there, including small and giant life forms alien to surface dwellers. Ooh, cool. That's cool, you guys. That has so many deep meanings, but I'm going to keep moving on because I don't do long readings. I'm just going to let that kind of sit with you for a second. And you know, we're not supposed to understand everything. Like a lot of tarot readers, they do a really nice explanation that I really appreciate personally, and I like to just kind of let it go in and out of my head. But that's because I don't take everything everybody says as gospel, so you have to be careful. Don't do that with me either. And a lot of times I won't give the full explanation that they will give because I want you to kind of think about it yourself. And I guess that's because a lot of times we're not supposed to understand the whole thing yet, you know? Life is a mystery, and we're supposed to be open to any possibilities. So, for your health today, the elm tree. For the world health situation, the aspen. Let's look at them. The elm tree is one of the major trees I draw a lot. Every time I have this deck, I draw that card a lot. It is supposedly my druid tree. The angelic being of elm radiates through the realm of communication and exchange. Well, that makes sense for me, right? It is concerned with true and sincere communication, not the mindless mailings of the computer age or brief exchanges between members of peer groups, but communication that transcends barriers. I love this now. In the morphogenic field of the elm, the Greek hero Orpheus plays his lyre for the animals. In the past, memorial services for the dead were often held beneath its leaves. Well, I love that too, because, you know, death is one of the greatest gateways. Gateways back home, you guys, you know. This is not an encouragement to anyone who feels suicidal, though. Disclaimer. Please do not ever take your life into your own hands. I have to talk about this a lot because I've had a mentor do that, and it was a huge mistake. You will end up with the same lesson no matter where you are, and it'll be even harder when you try to control stuff. So, surrender, let go of control. But death is an amazing transformation, and if we can die now, into the moment, right now, by surrendering to what is, by surrendering to God, by surrendering to our teacher, by surrendering to love right now, there's so much effort and energy that could be rejuvenated in us, right? We could just let go, and then God, Great Spirit, our higher self, will give us the energy that we need for the next thing. That's all. A true meeting is only possible if all the participants are open-minded and respectful of each other. Interesting. It feels like my health and my romance have gotten switched around today, but this is the health card for your individual health. And it is associated with the green man, the powerful guardian of the forest. The protector of the forest inhabitants, this figure strides through the woods, sometimes as a dwarf, sometimes as a giant. Most people regard it as a mere coincidence that the 20th century, just as communication technology was beginning to spread out on a wide scale, Dutch elm disease arrived to wipe out the majority of the world's elm trees. But each step forward in technology clouds human awareness that all these technological achievements are in fact a poor reflection of our true gifts in extrasensory perception, where the telephone becomes a substitute for telepathy, for example. The angel of Elm asks us to be rigorous in our relationship with the outside world. The world is a mirror. The outside is a reflection of the inside. Okay, so for your health today, can you meet all other beings as an aspect of yourself? If we truly learn this message, this angel, which still weeps for its many dead trees, will bless us with tears of joy. Without the elm, we live in a world made with cold pride and selfishness, environmental destruction, materialism, and greed. So can you see the outside as a reflection of your inside? Without animals, you die of loneliness. Without ancestors, you die rootless. Without us, you die without a future. Wake up and listen. The dying only hear their own voice, but the living sing in chorus. The elm tree. Whew! That was a deep one. Okay. I'm not done though. I have to do the aspen for the pandemic, and then we can be done today. Aspen is a spiritual warrior. Its medicine makes our enemies tremble. Of course, we tremble too, but just like the aspen, not out of fear, but from uncontrollable laughter. The Joker brings us to our knees, and conflict crumbles as the perpetrators start to collapse with mirth, and everyone ends up laughing together. If all the world laughed together right now, what would happen to the transformation that is being created by the pandemic? What would happen to the pandemic itself? What would happen to the world health situation if we all just freaking laughed together? I think this is the bliss energy I was talking about again from the beginning of this reading. You could say that given so much Buddhist non-attachment, we are probably close to enlightenment. Although the idea that one person could be more enlightened than another is so ridiculous we won't pursue it any further. The heavens are vast and filled with laughter. There is little need to point out that our razor-sharp wit conceals equally great powers of discernment and creativity. I am going to argue with the book a little bit. There are people more enlightened than us. There are people more or less enlightened than us. And unfortunately, that has to do with who we hang out with, too. People that are lower than your vibration are not going to be able to stay in your vibration for very long, especially if you are really on your path and you're really being loyal to your life path, your guides, and your teachers, and what you're supposed to be doing right now. If there are people that are higher consciousness than us, we're not going to be able to stay in their energy all the time, and we're going to want to aspire, we have to keep aspiring to feel those people more in order to help us along, because we do need to move up in vibration, even though at the same time, in a 6-stage Buddhist kind of way, it's all equal. Nobody's different than anybody else. That's definitely true. Reality is complicated. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Have a good weekend.